once your Office 365 is set up and you have your internet domain, many times people want to use multiple domains. And let's just look at how you would do that. So basically you just go to Setup and Domains. Now this is Office 365 on Microsoft. If you're using it through another service like GoDaddy or somewhere else, you may have to actually call them if this option is missing. But from the Microsoft one, we just go to Domains, Add Domain, and we would put in our new domain.com. And basically this little wizard here is going to walk us through verification, and we need to prove that we own this. So you will need to have access to wherever your DNS is hosted. I don't actually own this. So this is actually telling me this email. This would send an email to, and it shows me this group here, and then that code. If I click next, I would get a code, and then I have to verify. Basically, you have to prove you own the domain before Microsoft will let you add it. So we're not going to go through all that because this wizard will pretty much walk you through that. And if you have problems, contact Office 365 and they'll help you through that. But basically, once you've proven that you own it, then it will be in here and you'll have this thing. And you can say check DNS, and this will actually go out and check your records. My SPF record here doesn't look like it's correct. I'll need to go in and correct that. SPF records are text records in DNS, and they inform who is allowed to send email for this domain. And you want this to actually say what Microsoft recommends, and that will prevent other people from masquerading as you or make it more difficult for them. So once you have got the domain in and went through the verification and got all your DNS records correct, well then you're going to have it on your groups. So to start using it, you simply go to a user, an active user, and then you will so you would go to an existing user, and I have a gazillion email addresses here, but basically you would say edit, and whatever the primary email address and username is, these are generally the same, but you can change these if you want to log in with a different account than what your primary is. The primary email address, you can have a whole bunch of emails that go to a mailbox, but the primary email address will be what people will see the reply to whenever you send out an email. So generally it's what you're going to be using. Now if you wanted to use the new domain, basically you would add whatever address, pick the domain that you wanted, click add, and then you would go down and find it and click on set as primary. And that will make it there. Now if you want to do separate logins if you wanted to have a different login than what your actual reply to address is, making it harder for hackers because you don't actually log in with the same address, you can make it to where you log in with a different thing than your primary by going to the if you go to mail settings and go to the edit exchange properties, then from the exchange properties you can go to email address, and you can actually make your email address something different. Like if I set this as my if I go in here and make this my reply address, well then I would have a different reply address than what I actually logged into, and that would show up on the Office 365. So that basically shows the multiple domains. You can have as many addresses and probably as many domains as you want. It may be limited by your service, but that's how it's done. Thanks for watching and have a good day.